I was attacked physically. The person attacked me, wanted to use bottle on me, but for months I struggled with trauma, and I'm here now. I think I know I'm fine. Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Angela Pandora if you're watching me for the first time, and if you have watched my video before, thank you for watching. My name is Angela and I'm excited to have you all to watch this video. Thank you for watching. Please kindly subscribe. I was attacked, had post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. What is post-traumatic stress disorder? Well, it's a mental health condition that could arise from one experiencing or witnessing a traumatic event like fire outbreak, terrorist attack, sexual abuse, rape, physical abuse, accident, any kind of traumatic situation that one could, that life brings to us sometimes. Yes, so my own story was a traumatic one. For months I was traumatized. Once I am in a condition that is similar to what I experienced, I have, trauma, I have symptoms, I start, having anxiety and distress, and it lasted for months. But I'm fine now, I have overcome that. So, people experience trauma from their day-to-day activities, from anything that could pose as traumatic to them. And it's normal for people to have, to witness it or to experience and exhibit those anxiety once they have a traumatic situation. But once a condition or the symptoms of say for instance, you experienced a traumatic incident like accident, and the person keeps having anxiety or heart palpitation for months, then it means that the person has post-traumatic stress disorder. But sometimes people are able to handle it on their own. Like I was able to handle my own because I have the knowledge to. Some people don't have the knowledge to handle their traumatic situation on their own. So it keeps to linger and it keeps affecting their relationship, it keeps affecting their work, even their own self. They can't do anything on their own. Once they want to do something, the fear, the trauma, the anxiety, the depression sets in, and it stops them from achieving their goals. So what are those symptoms that people have that people exhibit once they have post-traumatic stress disorder? One of the symptoms is having heart palpitation, as her heart will start beating very fast once we are in a similar condition like what we experienced. And another thing is people experience, they have anxiety, they avoid places or people as it may be to them. They have depression. People could have depression. People abuse drugs once they have, traumatic events. They are being irritable, they are paranoid, they do things, they act on impulse, sometimes. So let me tell you what happened to me. That very day, I went to school. I was still in school. I think I was doing my master's, and I came back home. I went to do a night reading, and I was waiting for someone to open the gate for me because I went to read all through the night, and I came early. I think it was around past 5. I think I was going back to my place past 5 or to 5, and I was not with the key, so I expected that the person inside would open the gate for me. By the time I called the person, they now said that the person with the key was actually also just coming back from somewhere. So I was waiting for the person, but finally, thankfully, I had dropped my laptop for the person that answered me inside. The person was not with the key. So I was waiting for the person to open the gate for me, and I was with my phone. touching my phone and chatting. Then I noticed that people were walking, about 3 or 4 people were walking on the street. But there was this person that was going up and down, like going back and forth. Then what I saw was someone came to me with bottle. The guy broke the bottle. I wanted to hit it on me. Thankfully, I saw him earlier than he could have been surging for me. So I held his hand. I struggled. He wanted to have my phone. I struggled with him. But while I was struggling, then something told me that, why are you struggling? I mean, is it better for him to hit you with the bottle eventually and you have injury, or for him to have the phone? What is the phone? So I eventually let go of the phone. Then he started running. Then I ran after him and I was shouting, thief, thief, thief. Then nobody came out on the streets, you can imagine. Then I was running after him, and then something tells me again, why are you running after him? What if he hits you with the bottle? I mean, just leave this phone. So I let him go. But for months, in fact, first of all, I had body pains. My hand was paining me because it really twisted my hand. I had body pains, my hand was paining me. I could not do a lot with that particular hand for a while until it got healed. And then once I am walking in an almost lonely place or a lonely place, I will run. I will be running, even if it is daytime. I will be running, not talk of evening time when everywhere is getting dark. I'll be running. Then I stopped going out early or coming back home late. I made sure that I was timely getting back to my destination so that I don't experience it again. For months, once I am walking and somebody is walking behind me and I'm hearing footsteps, my heartbeat will be very fast. I will start panicking. I will start, almost crying. My steps will be fast so that I can, such a thing doesn't happen to me again. It became a reoccurring situation for me, but I was able to handle it. Sometimes when people experience post-traumatic stress disorder, if they are not able to handle it on their own, it's actually, it actually dies down on its own if they try to manage it the better way. Now, so I was avoiding places that are lonely. I was avoiding going out very early in the morning. I avoided coming back home very late in the night, because till now I don't do it. Once I'm going somewhere and it is early, I don't go out. Or I could go out if I'm in the company of someone that I know that at least can secure me a bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so people experience post-traumatic stress disorder day in, day out, especially now that it is so rampant. What happens? The story we hear every day, somebody was raped and killed, or eventually if you are not raped, you are lucky not to be killed and you are raped. How do people handle this situation? I have a case I will share in another video about how a rape victim survived it. This particular story I have gotten the permission to share. This particular story is one that is so touching, very, very touching, and we could learn from. So if you have a similar situation, maybe you've been in a traumatic situation and you're able to overcome, please comment. Let's hear and learn from you how you overcame traumatic situation, how you overcame post-traumatic stress disorder, how you are able to handle it on your own, or you actually sought for help, so that people can learn from you. Because the truth is, things like this will happen another time, but we just pray that once it happens, it doesn't take people's life away. So how did you handle a post-traumatic stress disorder that you had? Let's learn from you. How does it affect our life? Post-traumatic stress disorders affect people to the point that some people start masturbating. It becomes an habit for them. They can't handle it. They have to masturbate, especially people that were raped, consistently raped. It affects them that they start to masturbate. Yes. And masturbation is on its own a mental health condition. So having traumatic disorder and also masturbating, it's something serious. Then people abuse drug abuse becomes their lifestyle. They can, once the thought comes to their mind, the next thing they do is to pick up anything that they feel like abusing. They abuse it. Another thing that people do, that once they're having post-traumatic stress disorder, that how it affects their life negatively, is that they harm themselves. They will just take some, once the thought comes to their mind, they can't handle it, they take something, they hit themselves. Some people can use iron and, you know, just hot iron on their body just for them to feel the particular pain. Again, people go into depression from experiencing post-traumatic stress disorder. Why won't they? I mean, when someone has experienced a terrorist attack, people were kidnapped for months, they eventually go into depression. How do they handle these things? So we are going to talk about issues, traumatic issues, topics. We're going to be picking from this particular one because it's a very broad one, and we're going to be telling people and learning from it how to handle and how to overcome our conditions. People go into depression, people go into anxiety, it becomes a problem for people, they avoid places, they, you know, they lose their mind eventually. So how then do we help people or family members? How do you help family members that are experiencing any traumatic situation? It's by, first of all, trying to understand that you cannot tell them, I understand how you feel. You can't, because you don't know how they feel. You are not the one that experienced it. You can't tell them, I understand how you feel, so sorry. No, the only best thing to do for them is, if they want you to leave them, leave them. If you can prefer talking, helping them to get things that they like to do, providing it for them, taking them out, taking their minds away, it's better. How do people on their own, you know, solve post-traumatic stress disorders? One of the ways is by, you know, having fun, relaxing. Relax your muscles. You can go to a different, you can relocate to a different location, you know, go out on holiday, go out on vacation, have fun, laugh, smile, watch a comedy show, be with people that you love, talk to a family member that you like, you know, that you can confide in, seek for help, professional help when you have to. One of the ways that I for consistent time was able to handle my own was, I was making sure that once I'm in a situation that is similar to what I experienced, yes, I would run, but I would also tell myself, no, try and just walk normal, nothing will happen to you. That was what I was telling myself, just walk normal, nothing will happen to you, walk normal. So I was doing that. So some people try to face their fears, where some cannot handle it, so they avoid such places or such people that could cause a traumatic event. The reason why some people don't like to travel a particular way, you know, they'll tell you, I'm not using there, I'm not traveling that way, I've had this experience on that road before. So that is where you hear, once you hear that, you know that somebody has had an experience that it's not funny. And see, if you don't want to go through that way, please respect that their decision and don't force them to. So seek for professional help, seek for help when you can, if you know you cannot handle it on your own. And if you know you can handle it, talk to your friend, talk to your parents, talk to your siblings, talk to your pastor, talk to someone that can give you the help that you want to, not the wrong persons, because some people will be adding salt to your injury if you seek for the wrong person to talk to. So how then do we handle, you know, this situation? On my own, because I was able to identify that this was becoming a problem for me and it was affecting my studies. So I quickly handled it the best way I could. So let's learn from you. How are you able to handle your own traumatic situation? I promised to bring a video I talked about how a woman was able to survive a traumatic event of rape. She was raped and it really affected her for a very long time, but she's fine now and she's ready to share her story. So I'll be sharing that story in another video, but please, let's learn from you. Let's hear from you. If you've been in a traumatic situation, what was it like and how did you handle it? Thank you for watching this video. Please kindly subscribe, share, comment and like this video. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.